lost my fucking mind on that fucking cruise ship. So track karaoke, I already know what song I'm going to do if it ever hits, if I ever get the chance
Bitch,
to
I'm
do the
doing all
stage.
favorite songs.
And I'm being so fucking lit on that stage, like it's gonna be ridiculous, and I just hope the crowd is with me when I do this song.
Are you
I'm not
keeping
gonna
your
tell
song
y'all.
a secret?
Yes, I'm keeping my song a secret.
What's
And I will
up,
hope that
you
nobody did my song before I try to do it. I'm like,
You gotta have a backup though.
You always got, you gotta have two backups,
Yeah.
just in case.
imagine somebody taking it to me back. I'm like,
just in case your DJ cord break.
You just not gonna let this shit go.
Just in case.
Maybe next birthday he'll come over and
that
like,
nigga gonna come up behind that nigga and have them like, so you that DJ? He can do that and shit like.
so you still ain't got a new cord and
How
you
the
wouldn't
fuck
have
did you
it.
get here?
How did you get in?
I'm here. But how the fuck did you get here?
Oh man.
Somebody explain this shit to me.
That's so funny. Hey, yo, God.
You got your dollar.
God gonna pull out like, what's up, nigga? Hey.
Oh my God, man, that's funny. Now, how was it? What was wrong with the date though?
So we went to a coffee shop, which was a nice little coffee.
Was it a black owned coffee shop?
Yes, in Germantown.
Oh, the drink that they was everybody followed after the
Yes.
Starbucks shit.
Went there. It was crowded.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. But I don't know. It was just very like I felt like I was doing an interview the whole time, and then also like I always ask again. Like of course I'm curious about have you ever dated a black girl? But it's a way that you answer this without sounding creepy and like you're fetishizing. So I was like, have you ever been with a black girl? He was like, no, but oh my gosh, I just really want to be with one, and you know, I just don't know how to approach black women, but it's something that I just always wanted to do. And I'm just like, oh, it's something you wanted to do? Like, I don't know.
But in fairness though, because I kind of
It's always something I
before-
wanted to do, but it just was, it was weird. It
But
was,
before-
you had to hear it.
But before I ever talked to any white chick though, I would kind of like I could see me saying kind of that same thing, like not something I always wanted to do, but
To her?
But I don't know how to like.
To her,
You
you would
don't
say
know how
that
to
to her
approach it.
though? Like, it's one thing to say, I just know never how to approach someone, but I think it was just like, he like really was like,
the excitement that
oh,
he gave off
yeah,
about it.
he's
Like,
like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, oh no, but oh my gosh, I just always wanted one. I'm like, wait, what? Like, that's not how it was. I'm just like, I feel like you about to sign me up for sex trafficking. I'm
How
like,
you supposed to say it though?
I just kind of feel like you like no, but you know I've always been interested. I kind of feel like it should have been like if it was me, I was like I never dated a black girl, but it's something that I've always been interested in. But I just never thought I just don't know how to approach black women, and it's just it would have been something more than that. But it kind of more so just like it was kind of more. He was like more pressed on. I've never been with one, and I always wanted to be with one.
Yeah.
And
But
the
it
whole word "one" sounded creepy.
Uh-huh.
You had to hear it. It was just like okay,
Gotcha.
Hoffman. And then like I
But
was saying good ass jokes, but maybe they were just too black and he just didn't understand it. And
But you know what though?
it was weird.
It's
Did he have a thick accent?
He doesn't have an accent at all.
It's from Seattle, right? Or some shit. No.
I
I just want to be from Seattle.
Oh,
But-
I thought he was. I was about to say, nigga, how you know? Cause she ain't tell me that.
I don't know. But nah, I do feel like though we put a lot of, when I say we, it's more like the culture and shit like that. I feel like sometimes we put a lot of pressure on other races to approach us or talk to us exactly how we want them to, without us taking into account that they don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and
Why
it's,
don't
just,
you? But
and
why
it's
don't
really
you
just
know
that.
how to? Because
big-
we know how. No. Because that's bullshit. Because it's not that you don't know how. You don't want to know how. Because we have to learn how to talk to y'all and try to communicate. We have to learn how to communicate with y'all. So why can't y'all do the same thing? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
because even a workplace in your environments most of the time, and I get that. But at the same time, it fucking sounded creepy as fuck. Like honestly, it really did. And I'm just like, it's kind of like it.
But you know what though, and I'm really just going back and forth with you
And maybe I just
because
didn't like him because he was.
I think that we know how because we know how we don't want to be talked to. We know how we don't want to be treated.
I think we
they
know
don't.
how.
Everybody,
we know
every
how
other race
because
may
we're
not
always.
really had that experience.
I think so. It's just because we're always placed in their environments. You know what I mean? So we know how to talk with them and communicate with them. But I just don't think that anyone that isn't black takes the time out to come into the culture with, like, not, like, they grab things from our culture, but they don't come in and, you know, really learn how to talk and communicate with people, and you can. You definitely can, they just don't. But that's neither here nor there. I thought it sounded creepy, just, you had to hear the tone of it, and then he would just obsessed with, like, skin, I don't know,
How is that bad? No, like, but in a, and I'm really
I don't know,
paying
because, you know, because the whole conversation was about me being black. And I'm not here for that.
But
The
what
whole
was it?
time.
But
The
what
whole
was it?
time.
But was it based on your questions or was it just
No, it wasn't based on my questions. I'm trying to talk about other stuff, and it's just like, oh, you're just so, you know, beautiful and, you know, black. And it was just, every other thing was just like me being black, and I'm just like, I know I'm black. Thank you. But it was just like the whole time I'm just fetishizing over it. Like, I don't know. And you know, again, it's one of those things. It's just like it's just like you going on a date with somebody. You're trying to get to know them, but all they keep on talking about is your podcast the whole time. We don't mind talking about our podcast, but we're just so much more than the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people, you know, it's one of those type of things. Like, I feel like it's always pressure to get people when you're out and dating and you know someone knows you do a podcast and they listen to the show. For me, it's always important. I feel like there's like this underlying pressure to kind of give you a different side of me too, because I just don't want you to know this one side of me, of this girl doing a podcast. So it's kind of like the same thing where you're just kind of focusing on, you know, I feel like my blackness, and it's kind of weird in a way where I'm just really trying to get to know you. I'm not fetishizing over the fact that you're Japanese the whole time and what's it like and what, I'm like, no.
Whoa. What kind of questions did he ask you? Not the things that he was clamoring over, but what kind of questions did he ask you? Because you said it was like an interview almost. Yeah,
well, I felt like that's kind of how I felt. Like, it was just kind of like more so like question answer. He asked me, had I ever been with someone that was Asian? I was like, no. And
but I do like rice. Did you say that?
No, I didn't say that. And then he asked me if I was good at making soul food.
Yeah. Oh man. Why would you ask that?
He asked me if I was good at making soul food. He was like,
You might as well just ask, do I know how to fry chicken and cut up watermelon?
I was like, no. I was like, actually, I really suck at soul food. I'm actually really good at making Thai food.
That's kind of a great job.
And he was just like, oh.
Thailand's right in the middle.
I'm actually really good at making Thai food. And I was like, he was like asking me, I was telling him, because he was like, you know, breaking down like his kind of like family tree in a way, like his family from Japan, and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, you know, I'm telling him like my dad's side of the family is Hispanic, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, so I was telling him how I didn't even mention my mom at that point yet, but I was telling him how, you know, my grandmother is half Brazilian or was half Brazilian, whatever. And he was like, oh, is that how you got your darker skin? And I was just like, I'm not that black bitch, but not that even matters. But I just kind of, it was so weird. And then he was just like, he had like the Barney twinkle eye the whole time. And it just, yeah, like that. You ever see Barney and at the end his eye twinkle?
Yes.
You ever seen Golden Girls?
Yes.
You ever see how Rose's eyes always look like she got the Barney twinkle eye? She just always looks like she's just like so happy in her eyes. That's how he looked at me. Yeah, Barney twinkle eye.
Why's that bad though?
No, that's not bad. But no, that's not bad at all. But he was giving me that look like the whole time, like, oh my god, I got one. Like that's kind of how I felt he was looking at me. And you asked me if I made soul food, which that's one of the foods I don't know how to make. Like I'm really bad at making chicken. I'm really bad at making macaroni and cheese. And I'm really good at making Thai food. And I'm like, soul food's overrated. He was like, what? I just love it. I just can't find nobody that cooks it. I'm like, there's plenty of places in Philadelphia. Let me recommend them to you.
Yo, I would have loved to just like be in your shoes just so I could like have a back and forth like volley of like racial jokes questions.
But that was the thing. You know how you sometimes